This video is sponsored by Extoria. Stop. Take a breath. This is not a Galaxy S10 review. Let me explain. I've reviewed countless Samsung devices over the years. A review of Samsung's latest flagship, the Galaxy S4, Galaxy Grand, Galaxy S2 Skyrocket, Galaxy Mega 6.3, and this thing is totally mega. The tech community for years was phone battles. It was putting two devices against each other, declaring a winner. And listen, I'm guilty of that too, but you're not gonna find that anywhere in this video. The Galaxy S10 is by no means a perfect phone, but if you look at all the features put together, the phone is magical. So some companies like to throw that word around.
Magically magic.
Magical.
Magic.
But in this case, the Galaxy S10 deserves it. I think part of the magic of the S10 is appreciating, like, again, where Samsung has been. Like, remember the S5 looked like a Band-Aid on the back? The original Galaxy S was clearly an iPhone ripoff. So appreciating what Samsung is doing now from seeing where they've been makes me sort of appreciate the S10 more. If you look at this phone next to any others, it is so far and away better than any other phone display that you've seen. So I think I started to really see the difference in the screen. I was watching Into the Spider-Verse on it, and the colors looked amazing. Everything looked poppy. It looked beautiful. And I think probably too, I was watching the Lakers against the Clippers, and it didn't help the Lakers play any better. I laughed when Kyle Kuzma shoved LeBron to play defense, but it looked awesome. Their crappy play looked amazing on this display and got me watched probably longer than I would have if I was sitting in front of my TV. The fingerprint reader's built underneath the screen. That's awesome. Today is my grandmother's 89th birthday, and my grandfather in a few days turns 90. I went to their house to help them set up their wireless internet, which is brand new to them. And I showed them the fingerprint reader underneath the display. And you should have seen just jaws drop and eyes get huge. That seemed as much magic as me pulling a rabbit out of the hat or making a dragon suddenly appear inside the room. That's awesome. I think that is something where Samsung saw a problem and they fixed it. I want to give Samsung credit for the hole punch. We've seen it before on other phones, but they carved out a hole into an OLED screen. I admire what they did here for trying something new, but I like the way this looks. I'm not getting extra screen real estate, but on the other side, I'm not noticing the hole punch. When I do notice it, it looks different, it looks unique, and you need these things that are different, that are trying something new to get to what's coming next. I think if we can just be honest with each other, say you can put a Bender wallpaper up there.
Oh wait, you serious?
Also, all that magic crammed into the Galaxy S10 is not gonna come cheap, and pour one out for your wallet if you ever gotta replace it. The best way to keep it safe is to put a case on it. Let me tell you about the Extoria Defense Luxe. So the case looks and feels pretty good. It's got a machined metal exterior. It gives you the protection of those giant and bulky cases without the giant bulkiness of the case. So if you're stressing that the case is gonna block the speaker, I got you. It's gonna redirect the sound right out of there from the case and sound pretty good going right into your ear hole. So it's military grade, and they're claiming it's built to survive a 10-foot drop on concrete. If you want to check them out, link to them down below. When I say magic, obviously I'm not thinking pull a rabbit out of a hat. I mean, I don't have to think about the technology. It just works for me. And the 5 cameras in the S10 Plus are awesome. So on the back, you've got kind of a normal one, you've got a zoom, and you have a really awesome wide angle. And on the front, it's technically two different camera sensors. One is for depth, but also lets you do some wide angle shots as well, which is kind of cool to have. Generally, honestly, for me, when I use phones, I just want stuff that's gonna take good pictures and not really think about it. I don't usually get too much into the pro and settings. I just go into auto or portrait and take the shot that I want. What I really liked with the S10 though, was that anybody could take good pictures. I know I talked about my family a lot, but like that's my use case. So I'm taking selfies of usually like me and my two kids or my two kids and my wife. So being able to have the wide angle on the S10 Plus, I thought was super nice. Enabled me to take a lot more pictures without having to sort of do like a arm motion or get everybody in super tight. Let me take more natural shots. And that was, I thought, really nice to have. And I was able to share more pictures with my parents and share them online. I think that's kind of what a phone is about for me, being able to share my experiences. I don't think that the 5 cameras themselves was like a magical thing, but I think what seemed like magic to me was not having to think about which camera to use. I could just frame the shot up and the software is smart enough to automatically adjust to the wide angle or to the zoom. That was really cool. That sort of took my thought process out of it and just sort of let me take pictures and not focus much on like if the phone's gonna work for my situation. The attention to detail that Samsung's put into the phone this gen rivals Apple's detail on the flagship iPhones. It is incredible. Every detail, from the button placement to having a headphone jack, there was thought behind it. They put thought into where everything was located, and I think more importantly, into what it does. Maybe there aren't a lot of firsts in the Galaxy S10, but they brought everything together into one package. And so having the ability to charge something with something else, be able to use my fingerprint built into the screen, I think is absolutely incredible. And almost every feature that I could want in a phone, some version of it is in the S10. You throw in the amazing build quality, the beautiful screen, the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and you've got a package that takes you to where you want to go. When you're watching a sporting event, watching the Lakers lose, you feel like you're really there crying at Staples. When you're watching Into the Spider-Verse, it feels like you're swinging with Miles Morales. The audio here sounds really good out of very small speakers. When I'm taking pictures, I don't have to like think about what camera I want to use. I set up the shot, I take a picture, and the software does the rest. Everything this phone packs is awesome in its own right. When you put it all together into one phone, it really does start to feel magical.
And now you got to score in a hurry and then foul again to keep some time on the clock.
LeBron, long three, well shot. LeBron James.